Hey guys, welcome to Java Tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk about Maven Dependency Scopes. So let's try to understand. Maven Dependency Scope attribute is used to specify the visibility of our dependency relative to the different life cycle phases. Yeah. So Maven basically provide 6 type of dependency scopes, and these are compile, provided, runtime, test, system, and import. So let's try to understand each and every dependency scope in Maven. Yeah. So first let's start with a compile. Yeah. So this scope is the basically first of all default scope in Maven, right? Even though if you do not provide any scope, then that is considered as a compile scope, right? Compile scope is basically required in most of the cases to resolve the import statement into your Java classes source code, right? And that's what we require this scope. Now next scope is nothing but the provided scope, right? It indicates that dependency is provided by JDK or web server or web container at runtime, and that's what we provide, the provided scope. Now next scope is runtime, right? This scope basically tells that dependency is not needed for compilation, but is required during execution. Yeah, and that's what this is called, runtime. Now next scope is nothing but the test scope. Yeah, so this scope basically says dependency is available only for the test, compilation, and execution phases. Yeah, so whenever you need basically need to execute kind of JUnit or mockito test cases, then usually we provide a scope as test. Yeah. Now next scope is nothing but the system. Yeah. So here this scope is very similar to provided, except that you have to provide the jar which contains it explicitly. The artifact is always available and not looked up in the Maven repository. So let's say, try to understand through an example. Let's say you have a multiple models, multiple Maven project, and one project is dependent on other, right? And first project generates some jars and that puts into the some local directory, and your another projects basically that uses that jar, right? So that is your custom jar that will not be available at Maven repository. So explicitly you have to provide as a system path where basically your jar is located in your local drive, right? So we have a system path attribute. Using that attribute within the dependency injection, sorry, within the dependency section, you can specify that jar location, and that's the system scope, right? Now last but not the least, we have an import scope. This scope is only supported on the dependency of type POM in the dependency management section. It indicates that a dependency to be replaced with the effective list of dependencies in a specified POM's dependency management section. And this is the way basically we use this scope. You have a dependency management, and within that you have dependencies, and within the dependency tag you can specify a scope as import. And keep in mind, this is only used in the dependency management section, right? And provided type should be basically POM, then only you can use import dependency scope in Maven. So guys, that's all I wanted to show you in this video tutorial. I hope you understood what is dependency scopes in Maven and you have better understanding, right? So that's all. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe KK Java Tutorials.